Um, it's my first feature to get made, and with my other feature films, they're sort of like projects of love that I have worked on over the years with the director. So we're very much like hand in hand, and we're friends. And this I just handed the script to the director and was like, and I didn't see a cut of the film until it was
Yeah.
being screened for like financiers, and that is weird, and it's really weird to hand over control like that, but you have to because there's no choice about it.
Yeah.
And one of the weirdest things is, in the edit things will get cut, obviously, but whole scenes might be cut, and
Yeah.
so you're just anticipating a scene that, like, you wrote it really well, and then it wasn't there, it didn't get put in, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, oh. And there's a couple of scenes that the order has been moved. And as soon as you move that order, the story is different. The
Yeah.
character is different. Like, yeah, there was a scene where, like, you saw the lead young character being an asshole on the football pitch, and then she received some bad news, and in the edit it was swapped. So now she's not such a difficult
Uh,
person anymore. She's not like a hot-headed, impulsive kind of Aggie person that needs some rehabilitation. Well, she's just angry because she got that bad. So things like
mm,
that, you're like, oh, because you're so used to being God over your script,
yeah.
even if nothing else in your life, you're God over your script. And so, yeah, the loss of control it's huge. And weirdly, it just gave me this absolute fire to get another one made, because it's just like, which I think I felt with the first time I ever did stand up. I got up on stage, I had a load of material that I've been writing, and the second I was up there, I could see what worked and what didn't.
Yeah.
In a way that was just, I would never have known it on paper. And then you're one line into a setup for a joke that you think is going to hit, and the whole room's like, uh,
Mm,
no, not going for it. So it
yeah.
just gave me this strong desire to jump into a second one, which I suppose is
Yeah.
good, although not great emotionally and psychologically in terms of like never being satisfied. But
Yeah.
there's absolutely no feeling of like I did it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's
But
it's a
yeah.
bizarre structure in film that the writer who creates this thing and feels all this stuff with these characters is then sidelined for someone else to interpret it and imagine it as they see
I
it.
will say, with this film that got made, I was not the original. I was not the
Ah,
originator of the
okay.
idea. So I
Yeah.
didn't create, and I was like the third writer on, but gave it a big rewrite. So I feel like a load of ownership over it. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So probably I feel that a bit less. But yeah,
Yeah.
I remember talking to a screenwriter, and they'd gone to a Q&A at BAFTA for their TV show they'd written, and they weren't on stage, firstly. And the moderator asked the director how they came up with the idea. And the writer was like, when I send them the script, you fucking rude
Wow.
asshole.
Wow. So writers essentially we are
We're so
garbage.
badly treated. We're garbage people. But do you know what? There's a real affinity towards other writers as well.
Yeah.
That, like, I've got writer friends who've written on massive films, and they would still tell you funny stories about people like handing them their coat as they go in. And like,
Yeah.
we're just always like the terrible schlubs in the corner.
Maybe it's because of that stereotype that we are just people who sit at the computer unhealthily, unhygienic. But that is not true anymore.
I'm wearing
You
my
know,
pajamas right now, Mark. I can't.
yeah, to
Don't
be fair,
make me
we haven't got
defend
a
my
leg to.
hygiene.
Um,
But yeah, I think what was surprising is all those books you read about, like Adventures in the Screen Trade, written by old-timey screenwriters.
yeah,
They're all so true, and
they're
it's
really
exactly
true.
like that. Yeah, they're really true.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's bizarre watching an actor deliver lines that you have written that come from a very personal place, and then everyone's like, "That was amazing," and they say to the director, "That was amazing," and you're at the back of the room, like holding a little coffee cup, being like,
yeah.
and you could say you don't get into this job for attention, but I certainly did. So that's no, no.